Hello, it's Andy with the Blue Collar Builders YouTube channel. I am really excited that you're here today. We're talking about the third day in the process to starting a business in 22 days. And just as a review, the first day we talked about laying the groundwork, so understanding what your interests, skills, and figuring out how you might be able to leverage them to generate value. So identifying those things and generating value. Day two was understanding why you're doing this. Is it your family? Is it financial freedom? Is it flexibility of time? Is it control over your work life? What are those things that are really driving you? And for today, we're going to talk about picking an idea. But before we jump in, I just want to remind you, we are in the process of starting a group of folks who are trying to start a business. And one of the things in my business journey that's been really valuable is having good accountability and having encouragement and having a place where I can ask questions, and having folks who are kind of in it with me. I think you think about sports, you think about challenging things that you've overcome. Typically those have come in groups of folks, and those are typically experiences that the reality is we're not meant to do this thing alone. And typically when you're doing something hard, it is nice to have others alongside of you, encouraging and helping you push through. So I want to invite you to that. If you're interested, I've got an email address in the description below. All you need to do is copy and paste it and shoot me an email. Say, hey, I want to be in. And once we get enough folks, I will let you know when we're going to start the group. And I want to be transparent. That's the goal of this channel. There will be a charge to be a part of the group. If that's not for you, that's totally cool. I hope that the information that I'm giving you is valuable and you can go and start your own business with it. But like I said, I know for me, having accountability and having community has been a big part of my journey, and I want to be able to create that for you too. So day three, pick an idea. And this kind of goes back to day one, where you were looking at your interests and your skills and understanding what the unique proposition is that you might have to start a business. And so today I want you to pick the idea. One of the things that kills folks who want to start a business is they sit way too long in the brainstorming phase and they never actually take action and do anything. And so I'm a firm believer that it is way easier to steer a moving car than it is a parked car. And so I'm challenging you on day three, pick an idea, let's get moving, let's get started, and let's start heading in a direction. And know, on day one, things are going to be very different a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year from now. And just, I always like to encourage folks is that business is flexible. You can reiterate, you can what was the right word? Iterate. You can create iterations. That's the word I was thinking of. And you can also adjust and adapt as you learn more and as you move forward. So pick an idea. One of the things I want to tell you is your idea does not have to be unique. You do not need to be figuring out how to fly people to Mars like Elon Musk, or you do not need to be figuring out how to come up with something totally earth-shattering that's never been done before. There's a reason there are lots of plumbers. There's a reason there are lots of marketing agencies. There's a reason that there are lots of construction businesses. And the reason is because they work and people need them and there's value there. And one of the things that I'll encourage you is what makes your business unique is you. And your personality and your gifts and your talents, that's what makes your business unique. And so I don't want you to overthink this. You know what your skills are, you know what your interests are, and you know the community or the relationships that you have and how you might be able to move forward with those things. So I want to encourage you, don't overthink it. Let's get going, let's get moving, let's jump into it. The next thing, and I'll share a little story. When I was in the process of starting my first business, it was an escape room business. One of the things that I did was I spent about a month or so researching competitors. And so what I would do is I would go into their booking sites and I would sit there and I would track how many bookings they had a day. I would look at their prices. And after about a month or so, I had a general idea of what they were charging per customer and what they were earning on a weekly and monthly basis. This was super helpful for me in identifying which well, for me, it was super helpful in identifying that it was actually a business that I wanted to pursue. Now, what you can do is you can research competition in your business industry, and you can get on the phone and you can call them. You can ask them, what are your rates? How booked out are you? What does availability look like? You can act like you're a customer, and you can actually get a lot of information that can help you identify what the demand for the product is. And if you're a local business, it can tell you, if there's a serious need. One of the things that I've realized, I live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and a few weeks back I needed some concrete work done, and I called 5 or 6 different concrete companies, and finally one of them picked up the phone, and they were not available for about a month or so. So what does that tell me? It tells me that demand for concrete is really high. People are not meeting the needs of customers in the area, and therefore there is probably an opportunity in Cincinnati for someone to start a concrete business, because somebody like myself would have paid somebody to come out there, a week, 2 weeks, and not have to wait for a month. So a great way to find opportunity. And then the other thing I want you to do is I want you to tell somebody that you're getting ready to start this process, that you've picked an idea, and that you're starting to take action and move forward. And the reason I want you to do that is because once you tell somebody, it opens up the window for them to hold you accountable, but also to affirm what you already think you know about yourself. So what I would tell you is tell somebody you're thinking about doing this based off your skills, based off what you're interested in, based off your relationships. And what I would assume will happen in that conversation, if you've picked the right thing, they will probably tell you, I think this is a great idea, and I want to encourage you and help you however I can in moving forward with this. So tell someone, just so that it's not just between you and your computer. I want it to be between you and someone else. So day 2, pick an idea. Let's get moving. Let's get some traction here, and let's get the ball rolling so that we can actually start a business and start generating some income and some of these other things that are super valuable to why you're doing this. So I will be back tomorrow with another tip, but until then, peace.